welcome to Simple Plant-Based Food. And today we're going to be making my delicious and saucy Sticky Toffee Pudding. I try to make all of my recipes pretty healthy, or at least as healthy as they can be, desserts being no exception. Now I'm definitely not saying you should go eat this toffee pudding for the nutritional benefits, because I definitely wouldn't, but if you are looking for a comforting dessert with way less sugar than most versions, then this recipe's for you. The ingredients we will need will be 1 1/4 cup of gluten-free all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of water, 12 Medjool dates, 4 tablespoons of vegan butter, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and 1/4 teaspoon of Celtic sea salt. Then I have 1/4 cup of applesauce, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of soy milk, you could also use coconut milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. For the toffee sauce, we will need 1 can of coconut cream, which is just a thick part of coconut milk, 4 tablespoons of vegan butter, half a cup of brown sugar, and just some salt. Also, I'm going to be serving this with some vanilla ice cream, but this is optional. The first thing we're going to do will be taking the pits out of our dates. Here I have 12 Medjool dates, and you're just going to open them one at a time and take the seeds and set them aside. I like to save the date seeds, roast them, and make coffee out of them. Not only does it actually taste like coffee, but date seeds are super high in antioxidants, fiber, and they're really nutrient rich, which gives you a natural energy boost without the caffeine. Now that we've taken the pits out of all of the dates, we're going to chop these into small pieces. Dates are really high in fiber, making them good for digestive health. They are also packed with essential vitamins and minerals like potassium, magnesium, calcium, iron, and vitamin B6. Not to mention that they're also packed with antioxidants and are really good for heart health and bone health. But the misconception with dates is that because they're high in sugar, that they're gonna spike your blood sugar levels, which is actually not true. Dates have a really low glycemic index, meaning that they release sugar slowly into your bloodstream and can actually help regulate blood sugar levels. Then to a small pot, I'm going to add 1 cup of water. And in with the water, you can add all of your chopped dates as well. Lastly, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now we're going to take this over to the stove. Over medium to high heat, pop on the lid and you're going to bring this to a boil. Once it starts bubbling a lot, you can reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 10 minutes or until thickened. In the meantime, melt 4 tablespoons of vegan butter in a small coffee pot. You'll know the dates are ready when most of the water has evaporated and you're left with this thick paste. At this point, you can turn off the heat. Into the date paste, I'm going to start off by adding in 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Then add in the melted butter from earlier. And mix this in well to melt all of the sugar. Then add 1 cup of soy milk. 1/4 cup of applesauce. This is going to be used as an egg replacement. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now whisk this till all the ingredients are fully incorporated. If you're enjoying this recipe, then please make sure to like and subscribe so you can get notified anytime I post a new video. Now let's get back to the recipe. For the dry ingredients, to a large bowl, I'm going to sift 1 1/4 cup of gluten-free all-purpose flour. I'm starting with just half of the flour so I don't overfill the sifter. Once it's all sifted, add in the other half of the flour along with 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and 1/4 teaspoon of Celtic sea salt. Once your flour is ready, you can pour in the wet mixture. And whisk this till everything is fully incorporated. And transfer all of your batter into a square cake pan, flattening out the top. Now we're going to pop this in the oven to bake at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Now while the cake bakes, we're going to prepare the toffee. In a small pot, I'm going to start by adding half a cup of brown sugar. Then add half a stick of vegan butter. And lastly, we're going to add 1 full can of coconut cream. This is pretty much the thick part of the coconut milk, and it's going to be pretty stiff. Only add the thick parts of the coconut cream, not the water at the bottom. Now that we have all the ingredients, you can turn on the heat to medium and you're going to let this melt. It'll take a few minutes. Once it's almost all melted, you can turn up the heat and let that simmer for about 10 minutes. Once the cake has finished baking, you can take a fork and poke holes everywhere. This is going to help the toffee seep into the cake better. Once you've finished poking the cake, pour on some toffee. I estimated, but I'd say it's about half a cup. And using a fork, you're going to spread the toffee sauce everywhere. I like to let it sit for at least 5 minutes so it can seep into the cake. While the cake is sitting, I'm also going to cut it into 9 equal pieces. Now that the cake has finished resting, we're going to serve. Here I'm just adding mine to a small plate. And I'm going to serve mine topped with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, but you can do any flavor you like. And just a drizzle of the extra toffee sauce. And just like that, the sticky toffee pudding is ready to serve. Sticky toffee pudding is pretty known for being a high sugar dessert. But did you know that the average slice has 350 to 400 calories and 50 to 70 grams of sugar? Now mine has only 215 calories and 35 grams of sugar per slice. Thank you so much for watching and follow for more simple plant-based recipes.